Hi guys, welcome back to our very first Daizy design face painting tutorial of 2013. Sorry it's been a while, we had a very busy Christmas season and then I broke my camera, but we now have a new camera, so hopefully we'll have even better videos and photos for the rest of this year. Today we're going to start with a beautiful Daizy face painting. It's a sort of a mask which can be used, probably more of a girl's mask. You could possibly do it on a boy, but boys generally prefer the superheroes as opposed to flowers. And I like to do a lot of masks because it's a really quick and easy way to give a really wow sort of face painting without having to paint the whole face, and it lasts a lot longer and it doesn't get smudged quite as easily. Right, we're going to start off by loading some Fab Ziva Blue onto a sponge, just putting a little bit on the corner without getting it too wet, and I am going to load it just sort of in the corner of the eyelids. So sort of put that there, dab it on, bring it to the middle. We're going to blend it in with a lighter colour. We're also going to add some Magenta, purple, just at your eyes. These are really nice, bright, bold colours. So just going into the middle of the eye, just keeping that whole space above the eyebrow filled. We got do a bit under the eye as well. And we're also going to get a bit of Tag Metallic Teal, and we're going to put that right in the middle. I like to keep the darker colours to the outside of the face and bring them into the lighter colours. You sort of keep that middle of the face nice and clean. Just going to bring that there. Use the back of the sponge just to sort of blend it out. So you've got a very light colouring in the middle. I just use a little bit more of the teal on the outside of the eye. I'm just going to add a bit more purple in the middle. And then you've got a nice simple base. And now for the flowers. Often when I do flowers I like to have a really fat brush. This time I am going to be using my Leow Cornell. Might be a number 1 or possibly a number 2. It's a very fine one though. Usually I don't use it for flowers because it's quite a long thin bristle, but it will actually make really good daisy petals today. So I'm going to load that with my Wolfe White. Make sure it's really well loaded. And then I'm going to dip the ends of it into a bit of a black. You could probably add a bit of brown or another colour, but I'm just going to use a tiny bit of black. Careful not to use too much because it will overpower it. I'm going to start with the daisy in the middle, so I'm just going to put lots of petals. Go around, fill them out, and I'm going to keep overlapping them just so you've got a nice big round design in the middle. Now, also because I've got black on the tip of my brush, pull that out just to sort of separate some of those petals, give them a bit more shadow. Now they don't actually have to join in the middle because I will be putting another colour in the middle. We're going to do a sort of half flower on the sides that's going to come out of the corner of the eye. So just long pressing down the brush. A lot of the time when you're doing teardrops you keep the brush straight out as much as possible. This time I'm actually almost just using the whole side of the brush. And flicking out some of the shadows as well just to separate some of those petals. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So just nice long petals. And filling in those gaps. Flicking them out. I also want a few just smaller daisies. I guess you usually get daisies, create daisy chains, so you get a whole bunch of them in a row. Same sort of thing, keeping them nice and round with daisies. Right, so now I'm doing another little flower just on the other side. We're just sort of creating a bit of a triangle, upside down triangle in the shape of the flowers. Could be sort of like a princess tiara shape. And we're also going to add some of the petals that look like they'll sort of fall out, you know, like a she loves me not. So picking out the petals. So just adding a few of those. I'm sort of adding them just almost as if there was a butterfly wing, using that same sort of shape and making them so there's just one at the very end. So I'll just put a few up over here and a couple out so we keep that V shape going. Might add a few down in the middle as well. Sort of making this up as I go. Alright, now I have some Diamond Effects Metallic Gold or Yellow on my little Snazaroo round brush, and I've also just put a little bit of red on the tip, which is going to blend into a bit of an orange. And I'm going to start by making some circles. I'm going to use that, while it's got the red on there, do the sort of the bottom half of it. I might do it on all of them. The bottom half of it, so it's sort of the shadowed area. I always imagine my sun sort of coming from, my light source coming from up above. So my shadows are always down the bottom. And I'm just dotting it on. Just about run out of the red on the tip of it. Once we run out of the red, I'm going to go back with the yellow that I have on the rest of my brush and fill in the top. Nice and cool. And the brush that I just had white on before, I'm going to grab again with just a tiny bit more white and just do a few little dots just to the top right of that circle. Highlight. Alright, now we're going to add some leaves. So I have loaded up some Diamond Effects Metallic Green and some Diamond Effects Metallic Gold, and I have put them on my favourite number 2 Snazaroo brush, and I'm going to do some leaves with these. So for the leaves, it's sort of, I start from the middle, push down, and then bring out to a point. So it's like a teardrop with a pointed end, or sort of like a tiger stripe, so you get the leaf shape. And I'm going to do a few of those, with some sort of coming out behind them. Do a nice big one, sort of curving up and around that eye. Do one on this side too. And then coming out, sort of going behind the ones there. So do one coming down, and a bit of a wiggle in the little point there. So that daisy chain thing, so you got the leaves between each of the flowers. Alright, so we've got all of that. We are almost done. I'm going to go back with my white and just add a few more highlights, just using the same number 1 brush. I'm going to put in just some dots underneath those leaves. Just varying dots and getting them smaller as they sort of fade out. Putting some under there. Nice and still for me, really. Put some up here. So just all my edges seem to sort of peter out into dots. And we'll put a little row under each of the eyes. And just a wee flick in the middle of each of those leaves. Just a little bit of a highlight. Cool, and last but not least, I'm going to get some gold glitter, and I am going to use my finger and just try and get it mainly in the middle of those flowers. It's probably, the flowers are quite small, you could probably do with doing this with a brush. Just keeps it a wee bit tidier. And just flick some out over some of the leaves as well. And there you have a really nice, simple daisy design. Thanks for watching.